Hello and a good morning, good afternoon and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope today, hope you're feeling grand and all in world. I'll probably just put myself out of frame, but it's okay because welcome to part 2 of the Gretch restoration. That's really hard to say. Anyway, in last week's episode, you saw me starting to apply stain to the back. I had sanded the body down as much as I could sand it down. Like I say, I can still see a load of scratches, but you know what? Like I said, I don't know if you noticed in that first episode, but I kept saying, I'm not going for perfection, but then I kept saying, it's not perfect. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, BooberTube. So, when I turned the camera off after the end of the last episode, I kept applying the Danish oil to the back, because I wanted it to be like a really dark colour. And 6 coats later, and that's what we got. The smile on my face I think says it all. You can see the difference where the clear coat is on the neck. I'll bring you in a bit closer in a second, people with YouTube, to see it. But that colour is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So in today's episode, people with YouTube, of the Gretch restoration, we're going to get the Canadian cedar stain on the top, and I'm going to basically document that whole process, and in the next episode we're going to start putting it back together. I also went through the parts bag last night, just to see if there was what was missing basically, and it's dawned on me that quite a few bits are missing. I thought it was all there. It isn't. The screws for the Bigsby are missing. There's a pot missing. There's no jack socket, so I'm gonna have to try and source. I'm pretty sure I've got all the bits I need just in places, in my spares box. I'm pretty sure I can get this going. Like I said, I won't have a net pickup for it yet, but we'll figure out what we can do with that. And I'm just gonna stick a bridge pickup in it like Malcolm Young, basically, and it's just gonna be a volume and a tone. And I'm going to put my soldering skills to the test there. Wish me luck. But yeah, it's just going to be basically from the bridge pickup, volume, tone, jack socket. Quite simple. I am going to put the select switch in just because I don't like holes. Unlike Malcolm Young, who had holes all over his Gretch, I don't like holes. So the select switch is going to go in, but it won't be doing anything. That was another thing I did as well, people. I polished up the frets because they're a bit messy. I also sanded the fretboard as well because it was a bit rough and scuffed. I do still need to buff up the headstock. I've sanded the top of the headstock and I've sanded the back, but I'm going to leave the back alone. It's kind of like a satiny kind of matte finish on there, but the headstock itself, I did sand it down to make it kind of look a bit more like, make the guitar look a bit more homogeneous to itself. But I went a bit too far. So I do need to buff that up, but that's fine. I'll do that in this video. You'll see that. That'll be probably the last thing we do. I just need to go down the sides of the frets as well, just with some sandpaper, just kind of like, there's a bit of fret sprout on the top, about from the 15th fret onwards. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... about 8 frets are just kind of sticking out. The ones up here are fine, and the ones on the bottom are totally fine. It's just these ones here just need just scraping down. But I am so happy with the colour on the back, POTT. And the really cool thing is, it has the scratches I couldn't get out on the back. The Danish oil has filled those voids, and you can't see them at all. So that's my hope for today with the top here, where there's just like, I don't understand how they're still there, because the top's so flat and smooth. I don't understand how they're still dints and dents. You know what I mean? Like, because you can't actually feel them, which is really, really spooky. I don't get that. Like, I've sanded this top. Like, say, if you saw the first episode, if you didn't see the first episode, please go and see that. But I sanded it for 2.5 hours. And it was a knackering 2.5 hours. And just the top, just this bit, by the way, not the back, not the sides, not the neck, literally 2.5 hours on this. just sanding it with my sanding block, 400 grit, 600 grit, because my sanding block's just a little bit below 600. And I just couldn't believe how I wasn't getting anywhere. There's a huge like gouge there, and I can't feel it. It's almost like it's underneath something. It's just really, really weird. Anyway, I've done what I can. So today we're going to put the stain on the top. Really excited for this. And I'm just going to document the whole process. Like I say, this was 6 coats of Danish oil. And it just, the last coat I put on, I didn't even need to sand it. So the last coat that went on the sides and the back and the neck weren't sanded because they didn't need to be. You know, I did it until the grain stopped being raised, and just like it's just a perfect colour. I love it to bits, and I really like my stinger. I'm really proud of that. That's really, really cool. So let me bring you in really close with it. I'll put this like that, and I'll let you see, because it's very, very, very pretty. Come here, come here, come hither and give heed. So yeah, it's got a really nice sheen to it as well. Like you can see the wood grain. It's just gorgeous. And again, the colour is so deep. It's such a deep kind of light brown. It's fantastic. And then the neck, you can see like there's the clear coat. And then on the side, you can see the clear coat that didn't go away. But to be honest with you, I quite like the contrast. There's something very cool about that. So I'm going to leave it. And I say, I'm really, really happy with my little stinger there, which I'm really, yeah, I like very much. And then today, like I say, we're going to get on with the front. You can still see these. Like, you can see them, you can't feel them. And after 2.5 hours of sanding and getting nowhere near getting rid of them is frustrating. Like you can see, look. But anyway, we'll see how much the Danish oil fills these voids today. Oh, there's another thing as well, is after I had finished doing the, look, you can see there's a light, there's a really cool kind of light bit there. After I'd finished kind of like lathering on the Danish oil and stuff like that, I went back and I scraped the binding back so it was all neat and tidy. And yeah, happy days. And yeah, I've sanded the fretboard. Need to fine sand it. It's still a bit rough, and kind of sorted the frets out a bit. They need a little bit more work, but not much. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Anyway, let's get on with putting some Danish oil on this top. I mean, just to give you an idea of how flat this top is now. Let me see if we pick up. It's like shiny itself. 2.5 hours definitely paid off, but why those scratches there? I don't know. Let's get on. Okay, YouTube, let's go. So if anyone's wondering, it's the Colron Danish oil I'm using. This is the Canadian cedar one. This is the for the top. This one's a lot. The one I used yesterday is a lot thicker than this one. This one isn't as thick, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful with it. I don't think it'll matter or if it runs down the side because it's a lighter colour than the back, but I would rather it not happen anyway. I could mask it off, I just don't want to. You guys have been lazy, David. No, I just don't actually want to. Anyway, let's give this a go. So as usual, I'm just going to paint it on. I'm going to start near the middle and then just hope, because I don't think the grain is going to raise at all on this top. I really don't. I think I'm just going to be able to build it up layer by layer without actually having to sand in between, because it's so flat. It's unreal. So if I could keep, it's already exactly what I want it to be. But if I can just keep putting layer and layer of this on, let it dry, next layer, let it dry, next layer, I will be a happy bunny who would tube. So I reckon this is going to look great. I really do. I was going to see if it fills these scratches. No, it's bringing them out. Okay, well, he's going to have to just do... Well, in all fairness, this guitar is not a guitar that is not going to be played. You know what I mean? It's not one of those... It's not a guitar that's just going to sit in a case and not do anything, or as a wall hanger. this guitar is going to be played. So it's going to get scratched, it's going to get worn. So, hey, there we go. So I just need to blend this in. It's already looking stunning. And I'm a bit addicted to the smell of Danish oil as well. This could become a problem. I might have to go to rehab for this. What are you checking yourself in for? What kind of drug, sir, have you been dealing with? Danish oil? I don't know why I would say it like that, because it's kind of like some kind of like Danish oil themed voice. This is stunning. Time lapse. Okay, POTT, so that's the first coat on. And it's so you can see, like, just there, how much of a shine it's bringing to it. So, basically, it's the case now. Yeah, it's not going to raise that grain at all. Because it's maple as well, I always find a Danish oil, it can't, it's just not going to go. It's just not going to do that. So, I'm just going to basically let that dry and keep putting coats on throughout the day. Basically, that's the goal there. So what I'm going to do now, quickly, POTT, is I'm going to go and get some of this buffing compound I got, and I'm just going to buff up the headstock. Maybe, I don't know though. I quite like the texture of the headstock because you can see it's sanded. I might just, if you come over here with me, POTT, just stop looking at the. Okay, so headstock. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and lightly sand out in a circular fashion. I'm not even pressing down, by the way, just so you know. Just going to see if I can just make it a bit flatter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get the other Danish oil that I used yesterday, and I'll show you which one I used as well. And I'm going to apply a bit more to the headstock and see if I can kind of buff this up a bit. Because I didn't quite get it as nice as the back. Okay, I'm going to have to press down a bit for that bit. There we go. That's a bit better. It's amazing how not flat the finish is. Like, you know, you'd think, like, you know, this bit here would be completely flat, and it just isn't. Okay, so just to let you know, this is what I used yesterday. Deep mahogany, Colron, the Danish oil, wood dye. It's just rather good. Okay, sorry. I got. You know what happened there? For some reason, I just got to read in the back because, you know, he's got a brain. Doesn't work, but he's got one. Anyway. So that's pretty good. And the really cool thing I like about this wood stain, this oil, is it actually stains off the lettering. So it was white, but it's not anymore, and I like that. So that's way better. So what I'm going to do now, because I don't think I won't. God, that top looks insane. Oh my God, POTT, this guitar is making me swoon. And in fact, this has been sat in that bloody guitar case for months now. I just haven't had the time to get around to actually getting it out and doing these videos. I'm so happy I'm here now with it. So, happy to be documenting it as well. Right, here we go. So, just going to put some of this on. I just basically like hand buff it up with this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is spot on. This is what I wanted. Because it's not high gloss anymore, basically. But the really cool thing is, the oil there gets in all the sanding lines and stuff like that that's left over. And with this sanding block, you know, it's very, very fine sanding lines. And it just fills them. and just brings back kind of like the darker look of the headstock and gives it a kind of like a satin kind of finish. It's still kind of glossy, it still shines, but it's, yeah, absolutely spot on. I don't know if you can see that in the light, probably not. But yeah, so there we go. And I say, it just discolours the lettering a bit as well. I use Danish oil and this stuff all the time if I'm relicking guitars. There's just something about it that's really cool. So how are we doing? Is that still... Let's put another coat on. So let's go back... Oh, sorry, people do. Let's go back down here. And let's put another layer of oil on, because this is... no, I'm going to leave it for a bit longer. What I'm going to do now, or what we're going to do now, people tube, is we're going to do the fretboard. So I kind of quickly went over it yesterday. That was... Yeah. I'm not... It might need a fret level at some point, I don't know. But at this point in time, I'm being a bit kind of like rogue with it, to be honest with you. I just want to get these frets and the fretboard up, shined up a bit. Good thing about being a double cut is I'm not going to hit the body. What I'm going to get in a second is the Crimson Guitars Fretboard Restorative, and it's just going to bring this back to life. It's an oil dream. Yeah, I'm just trying to get these frets just to shine up a bit. Like I say, I'm not putting any pressure on the sanding block either, like at all. I'm literally just running it over the frets. This is ridiculous. There we go. That's literally all I wanted to do. And then, like I say, I'm going to go and get the Crimson Guitars Fretboard Restorative. And we're going to get rid of that for a start. And we're just going to lather it onto the fretboard and let that sink in. So that's the headstock done. Frets are looking good. They feel nice as well. There were some that were kind of like scuffed up down here. They're okay now. Yeah, it feels good. So let me go and get this fretboard restorative, and I think by the time we get that kind of like slathered onto the fretboard, it should be about time to add another coat of oil to the body. Okay, this stuff, magic, absolute magic. That's all I'm gonna say. Stuff for the fretboard, that's what you need. No, they're not telling me to say that. There's not somebody stood off camera with a gun. It's just the best stuff I've ever used for fretboards. It just makes it look fantastic. I'll tell you what, people, you can come around here. It's quite hard to see, but you should be able to see kind of like, it looks fairly dry. Watch this. You're about to see complete magic. If I can get the bit of the actual tissue that's got it on. Already, you can see the difference on that last fret. Because, you know, because I'm great at framing my shots here, you can see what I'm doing. There we go. See how much more alive that looks to that? And that colour will stay. That kind of luster, if you will. Like, check out me with all my cool words. That will stay now. It's just amazing. And I'm going to overload it because the poor fretboard's dry as a bone. It's like the Aral Sea. I'm going to have to put quite a bit of this on, I think, because just like I say, this has been sat for a while now. I don't know how long it sat with Al before it came to me. And I don't know how long it sat before that. So we'll give it a drink, and we'll give it a good drink. My God, it's a stunning piece of rosewood as well on this guitar. Oh my God, I can't wait to play this thing now. Now that, people of tube, is one happy fretboard. So I'm going to leave that now, let that soak in. I can imagine it's going to dry out fairly rapidly, that. And we're going to go back to the body. So let's go back over here and put the next layer on. Because you can already see it's pretty dry. And I may be jumping the gun a bit, but we're okay, I think. Let's put another layer on. Yeah, it's got to build it up over the next, however long it's going to take to build it up. I don't know. It's going to take a while, I think, but that's okay. I have all day. I could do this for hours. Like I said, the sanding bit, no, that can do one. I hate that. I absolutely hate sanding down guitars. But this bit, finishing guitars, yes, I can do that. Like I say, it'll just build up and up and up and up, and it'll just, eventually I'll be able to kind of like buff it up with some tissue paper. I already love and adore this. It's actually going to be quite a thing to play it, because I'm going to be like, no, because as soon as I start playing it, I'm going to start wearing it. But it's meant to be played, and that was the idea in the first place, wasn't it, David? Yes, Dave. Oh, it just looks fantastic, though. I'm so happy I didn't just... Because like my initial thought, when I first got this guitar, I was immediately like, right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spray it this colour. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And I was just going to basically cover it in paint. And I'm so glad I didn't. And I let it just sit. And just let myself just think about what I was going to do. Because this is ace. You can see, like, in the shine, if you come here, people, Jimmy, take it off the tripod a bit. You can see in the shine of it where it sinks into the wood grain really fast, and we kind of want to get rid of that. So there's enough layers on there, like round here, for instance, so it just remains kind of like homogeneous all over the place. Again, big words for Davey today. He's doing all right. I think this layer I'm going to leave just to soak in for a while. Oh my God. I'm in love with this guitar already. I ain't got strings on it. I'm not looking forward to wiring it up because I'm terrible with a soldering iron, but I can do it enough so it'll work. I know that. I have faith in my ability to make it work. So I can do that. Just. If not, I'll give it to somebody who can. Okay. That is ace. It's a lovely shine to it as well. Oh, people, gee. Right, so I'm just going to go back to the fretboard now and put more of this Crimson Guitar stuff on because it's already dried. It's already drank that. That's not a good sign. Very, very dry fretboard. So next layer, build it up again, let it drink. Basically exactly what I'm doing with the body, apart from this is just kind of like quenching its thirst, so to say. It's basically the same deal. Like I say, that's the second coat I've put on the body now. So the back, the oil that I put on the back, that took 6 coats to get it to that colour, that kind of like a really, really deep mahogany look. And like I say, I realise now that it's actually not a Danish oil that I put on the back, it's just a wood stain, but that, you know, details. But anyway, so I'm reckoning, I would probably say about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 on the top, just to make it kind of really, what's the word I'm looking for? Seal, if you will. Because at this point in time, because I'm not using wood sealer or anything like that, it's gonna take a while for it to build up enough layers to be what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of solid? I don't know. Seal basically is what I'm trying to say. He just can't do it because he's an idiot. because he's doing something else right now and can't multitask. Yeah, I think it's going to take, maybe, I think it's going to take up to 4 coats of this before it really starts to seal itself. And then from there, I think we'll start adding coats that will kind of start to stack and look really, really pretty. Also, I don't know if you noticed yesterday, people with Tube, in the initial fit, I don't have them with me. Where are they? Oh, I can't. It'll be hard to find them. There was 2 blocks of wood in the neck pickup, in the bridge pickup cavity, one there and one there. And I remember seeing that and going, that's really strange. Why is that there? Because that shouldn't be there. And if I looked really closely, there's actually been someone's actually had a different pickup in this guitar at some point there, and they modded it with those blocks on the side. I don't know what kind of pickup. Maybe it was like a dog ear P90, but then you'd have screws on the outside. I don't know, Dave. Either way, they had some weird pickup in the bridge, and I've just knocked them out basically, and now the original will refit. But this is looking ace. You can see over here where it's already dry, and it's really, really it's really kind of like drinking it. There's bits around here as well. This is actually a different piece of wood. Like that's one piece of maple there. There's another piece of maple here, and there's another one here. I think, is it 3 pieces? It is, yeah. 1, 2, and then there's a tiny bit on the end there. And that bit's drying really, really fast. That kind of like wing there is drying really, really fast. This is going to look really good though, people with Tube. It does look like Malcolm Young's, which again wasn't the plan, but I'm not going to complain about it because his guitar looks gorgeous. Yeah, we're getting there on the fretboard now as well. So frets are good. I don't know if it'll be the fret level. We'll find out when we get it strung up and playing. Really happy with the headstock. Very happy with the headstock actually. That's spot on. That's exactly what I want it to be. And yeah, all is good. All is good. So now I'm going to go and leave it for a while. Let this completely dry. I'm going to probably leave it for about half an hour, and now I'll be back and we'll put another coat on. So see you in a bit. We interrupt this Danish oil refinishing video to bring you Guitar Safari, possibly. So just after I put on another layer of Danish oil, I went onto Instagram, which is always dangerous, especially when you're following guitar shops like Gallagher's and Grimsby, and they post a picture of a really, really, really cool looking Chapman guitar hung on their wall. So I immediately lost my mind and have decided to go and look at it, and I'm taking it along with me, people with Tube. So slight detour in the video here, but hey, why not? So I don't know how much it is, I don't know if it's any good, but we're going to find out. The one thing I do like about it, apart from it's like a burst, it's like a Les Paul kind of burst, it's like a flame top, it's really pretty. But one thing I love about it is it's a 6-screw tremolo. Now I don't remember when Chapman stopped doing the 6-screw tremolo and went to a 2-point, because 2-point knife edge tremolos, all my Chapmans have that, and I don't mind it. I would prefer it not to have it, but I don't mind it. But this one has a 6-screw tremolo, vintage style, and I'm like, Urgh! And it's also humbucker single coil, which has just piqued my interest. So at this point in time, I've left the Gretch back there to cure, which is good actually, because it'll stop me from messing with it. And and we're heading to Grimsby at this second, going to have a look at this Chapman guitar to see what it's like, if it's any good, if it's too hot in the van, and yeah, let's go and find out. I bought it. Okay, people, this is where we're at. This is the 4th coat I've just put on. As you can see, it's really building up to a gorgeous shine now. That bottom bit is still very resistant to it, very resistant, but we're getting there. It's looking stunning. I love the colour. The colour is gorgeous.
the camera's kind of catching it. It's a little bit darker than it looks on the camera, actually, weirdly, but it looks good. Fretboard's looking really nice as well now. Just need to kind of like buff it up a bit, but we're good. Fret's looking good. Headstock's all happy. Like I say, you can see the scratch lines, but I kind of want to keep that because from a distance, you can't. And it's got this kind of like semi-sheen to it. It's really cool, but this, I'm so happy with that. I love the way you can see the carves as well. If I go around it, you can see it. Anyway, stop moving, Dave. You're going to make people feel sick. So I'm going to let this one dry now. I'm going to let this... Well, this is probably going to cure now for a while. I'm probably going to leave this for about a couple of hours now. So probably like, you know, early evening. Just to let it sink in. And then I'll probably put another coat on. And we'll see where we are then. But it's really, really cool. I'm loving this. This looks fantastic. This guitar... I cannot wait to get this thing assembled. I really can't. I'm just annoyed I don't have a net pickup. Anyway.
Okay, PeopleTube, it is 4 days later after the last time I filmed, and Mr. Gretch with his Danish oil top, I've only just woken up, so forgive how dopey I may appear, is done though. It's dry, it's finished, it's shiny, it's awesome. I just want to do, there's only one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do it off camera though, because there's no point, yeah, you kind of see me do it. I'm just going to go over the fretboard a couple more times. It's kind of spot on, but there's just a few things I would like to do. Yeah, I'd just like to polish the frets up a little bit more and polish the, well, and just kind of like make the rosewood a little bit smoother. It's okay, it's fine. But I could do with a little bit more on it for my own thing, as a lamp there, Dave. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, PeopleTube. It looks stunning. Hopefully the colour comes across okay. The back is just ridiculous. That deep kind of reddy brown is just ridiculous. I love the neck. I love my little fake stinger. It's not fake, Dave. It's real. It's there right in front of your eyes. Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. So basically, next vid, we're putting it together, PeopleTube. It's gonna get the nut put in. It's gonna get the electrics put back in. The pickup put back in. It's going to be assembled. It's going to be strung up and it's going to be assembled. So there's a few bits I need to find. I've got 2 pots for it. Because I've only got 1 pickup right now, obviously I can't wire it for switchy or anything. But yeah, I need to just work on a few things here and there. But anyway, I'll see you again very soon for another video. Hope you enjoyed this film. If you like the videos I do here, please consider going Patreon at Patreon. Other than that, thank you for watching. I need to go. Goodbye now. Cheers.